Turning a scientist into a rock star is no easy equation. Einstein managed it, obviously. So did Brian May from Queen. Doc Brown nearly got there. But these days, it's all about Professor Brian Cox.
Why are we here? Where do we come from? These are the most enduring of questions.
An expert in particle physics, Brian has taken his big brain to the world, fronting a range of science docos for the BBC.
You know, if you ever needed convincing we live in the solar system, then look at that. That's the solar system coming down and grabbing you by the throat.
Now Brian's in Australia for his stage show. He's ready to take us on a journey into deep, deep space.
It's filled with over 100 billion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars.
Might be best to pack your PJs. Please welcome Professor Brian Cox. Welcome.
Thank
Now,
you.
your live show promises to make sense of the cosmos,
Yeah.
which it sounds like a big job for one night.
Yeah, I'm going to describe the origin and evolution of the universe in one show, and I'm even going to try and describe what happened before the Big Bang, which is the question I get asked more than anything else. And we have a plausible answer to that question.
Really?
It sounds very similar to my show in Darwin tomorrow night, actually. Crossover.
What was your answer?
I don't want to give it away on air, to be honest.
None of your show's one hot mess, though. That is not an answer, Pete.
It's a messy end. But I just wanted to... my biggest regret is not being better at science and not paying more attention during science at school. But it is going through a really popular period at the moment. Is that true, or is that just good PR?
No, I think it is. And because we're beginning to answer these questions, I mean, what happened before the Big Bang is one of them. We're looking for life on Mars seriously now for the first time in decades, and we think we might find it. So there could be Martians there. There will, I should say, be small, little, tiny, single-celled Martians if they're there. They're not going to be big things, but there's a possibility. So I think these big questions are on the verge of being answered.
Is that one of the biggest misconceptions of what we think aliens may be, that they've all got hands and they've got a human form and they're all smarter than us? And...
Yeah, they're almost certainly. If they're out there in the solar system, there are some moons as well, a moon of Saturn called Enceladus that we know has water below the surface. So it's possible there could be life there, but there will be microbes if they're there. They won't be big things.
This is interesting, but is it hard to make all aspects of your work interesting, or are there certain topics that you just are boring and you've got to stay away from, Brock?
No, I honestly don't think so. You know, these questions about the origin of life, the origin of the universe, are we alone in the universe? I think that those are questions that everybody asks and is fascinated by. And I think what happens to some people is that they would ask those questions when they're kids. And I think sometimes that just goes away. You think they're silly questions. You think you have no chance of answering them. We do, though.
So you're talking about the cosmos, right? It strikes me that scientists are into like really, really big stuff or really, really small stuff, and there's like nothing in between. What made you go for the really big stuff?
Well, and the small stuff. I did particle physics and cosmology. Cosmology was astronomy. When I was young, I was interested in the stars. You never see them from Manchester in England. You're lucky here. But then you find they're related. I mean, the questions about why the universe is the way it is today is 350 billion galaxies in the observable universe, this vast thing. And our theories trace the origin back to where... This is the remarkable thing. We presume to say that the entire observable universe was once in a space a billionth of the size of the nucleus of an atom.
Like, really?
And we have plausible understanding, we're not quite sure, but that can expand that whole thing out to the size of the observable universe.
Like everything?
Yeah.
The Earth, the solar system, like paddle boards, everything.
Even though 350 billion galaxies worth of stuff compressed into something smaller than an atom. And we can plausibly talk about that.
All right, we've got a bit of a speed quiz for you, a bit of a science speed quiz for you. So let's start with the first one. Well, that's a big one to answer. What's up with gravity? In 20 seconds.
Nothing. Einstein's theory, 101 years old this year, still describes it beautifully.
There you go.
What's up with kale?
What's up with kale? I saw the little thing.
Yeah.
It said that it was good, but not as good as we thought it was.
Are you into kale? Yes.
I quite like kale, actually.
Oh, you strike me as someone that would like kale.
Do I?
Yeah.
Why? Did I miss something on this thing?
Smart people always like kale.
Is that right?
Yeah, I feel like maybe a bit like
Love kale.
Can and when will we be able to teleport?
We already can teleport little things, photons of light. We have teleported So whether you can extend that to big things, we don't know, but we've done it with little things already.
All right, the final thing is not really a question. I just want to point out how much I loved D-Room. Your band back in the... Was it 90s or 80s?
Well, exactly, I don't remember.
Okay, hold on. Just to refresh your memory, here's a little bit for you. I think we've got some. Yeah.
I thought you were going to show the video, and I'm not in the video for
Yeah,
that
we were
song.
looking at it today,
and everyone
trying to
keeps
find-
saying it. Going, that's you on the keyboard. No, it isn't. I was doing exams at the time. I was at university, and I missed it because I was doing exams.
You missed the film clip of like the biggest song of your career because you were being a nerd.
That's advice to all those kids out there. That's what you should do.
There you were.
However, I just saw that. That was a band called Dare. That was the 80s, definitely. That's Hairspray.
Do you still play the keyboard, Brian? Do you still get on and still have a bit of a bang away?
You know, we do these charity shows every year in London for raising money for science students, and I always invite a band to do it, and it's always a band, usually from the 80s or 90s, that I was a fan of, that I want to play a song. And it's kind of like and 2 years ago we had The Cure, and I played because I wanted to play Love Cats, and so I played Love Cats, and Robert Smith ambled on. It was one of the great. And then last year we had New Order, and I played a great song called Your
These
Silent
aren't just little
Face.
bands.
I invite these little bands, but they're always bands I want to play with. You know.
That is brilliant.
I know you consulted on the Danny Boyle film Sunshine.
Yeah.
So I imagine you watch quite a few science fiction films, but are you a Star Wars or a Star Trek fan? You can't be both.
No, yeah, you can.
No.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, that's Star Wars.
Wars.
Yeah.
Is Star Trek on the back? You're a Star Wars fan.
Sunshine. Everyone jokes to me about Sunshine. They go, "You're a consultant on Sunshine." So the plot is that the sun has stopped shining, and we're going to send a spacecraft to fix it. What did you consult about? Just say, no. but yeah.
The cast rays burn.
But can you watch sci-fi movies and enjoy them, or are you always picking them apart?
No, I love them. I think they're entertainment, basically. Loved Interstellar, for example.
Okay.
Superb.
Well, if you want to see more of this amazing man, head to the links page on our website. All the details are there. Would you please thank Brian Cobb?